Persuasive Speech by Corinne Reifenrath. My audience and my daughters, they're helping me do my PowerPoint. You're at a restaurant when you see a crying baby and a nervous mother, knowing her baby needs to eat. She pulls out a blanket so she can feed her child. As you watch, you see the baby crying and pushing the blanket away as the mother struggles. Just then, a waitress walks by, giving her a disapproving look and shaking her head. You can see the waitress pointing the poor mother out to another coworker. The embarrassed mother gets up from her table and goes out to her car. Sadly, scenes like this one go on every day. According to a news segment, Breastfeeding, Private Act or Public Right, originally aired on Good Morning America on July 15, 2007, found on abcnews.com. Federal law says that a woman has a right to breastfeed in public without the threat of prosecution. Some state laws go even further, stating a woman can press charges of harassment and denying civil rights if forced to leave a public place. Yet the debate carries on. When a woman is asked to cover up during breastfeeding or move somewhere more private, it is often because this person is sexualizing the act of breastfeeding, rather than viewing it as a natural and nurturing act. The only way to change this is through education and by standing up and showing our support for these women. Tonight I'm going to explain why it is important that women be able to breastfeed without fear of judgment and provide you with a few solutions to this issue, including what I feel is most important. It is not my intention to tell any mother what is right for herself or her child, but to encourage you to give mothers who do choose to breastfeed the respect that they deserve. Keep in mind, whether you have breastfed or not, someone close to you probably has. When you are telling a mother to go somewhere more private, whether you realize it or not, you are telling that woman to feel ashamed of doing what her body was designed to do. Let's take a look now at some of the reasons why it is important for women to breastfeed their babies. Breastfeeding strengthens the bonds between mothers and their babies. There are also significant health benefits to babies, according to an article by Nancy Solomon on August 7, 2012, from womensnews.org. Babies have lower rates of meningitis, childhood leukemia, and other cancers. They also have lower rates of diabetes, allergies, and respiratory illnesses. They even have a reduced risk of childhood obesity and have a stronger immune system. For this reason, the Academy of Pediatrics recommends that breastfeeding continue for at least the first 12 months. There are also health benefits to mothers who breastfeed. From the article, 50 Reasons for Breastfeeding Anytime, Anywhere, from PhDinParenting.com, from May 13, 2010, mothers have a reduced risk of breast cancer and osteoporosis. Breastfeeding has also been found to help new mothers lose weight. With all the benefits of breastfeeding, mothers are still being judged for it. I'd like to share with you a couple of stories from interviews I did on women who have breastfed in public via Facebook on July 29, 2013. So that these women can remain anonymous, I have changed their names. One woman, who will refer to as Jennifer, told me that while sitting on a bench at the mall in Sioux City, Iowa, she was breastfeeding her youngest son. She says that a woman walked over to her and told her she could not do that there. Jennifer said she ignored the woman, not wanting to start an argument. The woman's husband then approached her and told her that she was making his wife uncomfortable and that they were leaving because of it. She said she felt shocked and embarrassed. Another mother, who I'll call Kara, said that it is her family family members who often make many of these comments. She said they make comments like, "How much longer are you going to do that?" She says her daughter is now 15 months old and is perfectly healthy. She's not sure when she will stop breastfeeding, but she doesn't want to be pressured to stop before she is ready. I also want to share my own story with you. When I had my first daughter, a lactation specialist helped show me how to nurse. I was shocked when she told me to never breastfeed in public because she has so many young mothers unwilling to try it because they once saw women breastfeed in public and were grossed out by it. Because of this, I never breastfed in public with her and stopped prematurely. With my second daughter, I eventually got over my fear of breastfeeding in public, and I nursed her for 12 months. It was one of the most rewarding experiences I have had as a mother. With all the evidence that says that breast milk is best for babies, we are still asking women to breastfeed in unsanitary conditions like restrooms, or asking them to cover their babies' heads when it may be too hot and uncomfortable to do so. These are more like punishments than solutions. Here are a couple of solutions. One is education. We can educate business owners and their staffs on a mother's right to breastfeed. They need to know that it is never okay or even legal to ask a woman to go somewhere more private. According to the previously stated article from abcnews.com, in 2004, Borders Bookstores had settled a lawsuit with a mother from Georgia who was told by an employee of theirs to leave their store. Borders have since said that this was not company policy and that they have educated their staff nationwide. We can also educate the public. According to an article by Sarah Cook titled, "Why Breastfeeding is Still Controversial," from care2.com on August 6, 2012, with all the health benefits of breastfeeding, nursing mothers are contributing to the well-being of our nation. The public also needs to know of the legal rights a nursing mother has. It is never okay to tell a mother to go somewhere else. Also consider if you were a nursing baby. Would you ever eat your dinner on a public toilet? Or consider if you were in a warm room. Would you put a blanket over your head to eat? Also, as a parent, instead of trying to shelter your children from seeing a nursing mother, we can instead educate them. Children learn from our reactions and can understand more than we give them credit for. According to a previously mentioned article from PhDinParenting.com from May 13, 2010, another suggestion is, if you don't want to look at a woman breastfeeding, you can simply choose to ignore it. These suggestions may help, but the most effective way that we can solve the issue of breastfeeding in public is by giving these women our support. As a society, we can make a difference, not by looking away, but by encouraging. Of the women I interviewed, not only did they have negative experiences, but more importantly, had stories of support and encouragement from others. There is a great example of this from an article by Elise Stoke titled, "Breastfeeding Note from Pizza Waitress Pays It Forward," from YahooShine.com on July 18, 2013. Jackie Johnson Smith is a 33-year-old stay-at-home mom. She said that she was celebrating her birthday at Fong's Pizza in Des Moines, Iowa, when her youngest started fussing. Now, she says she normally doesn't breastfeed in public, but did this time. Because she felt uncomfortable, though, she eventually went out to her car to finish. When her husband came out, he had a huge smile on his face, and he handed her the receipt. On it said, "I bought one of your pizzas. Please thank your wife for breastfeeding." The waitress's name was Bodie Kinney, and she said she wanted to find some way to show the mother that she appreciated her nursing. Jackie said that she She posted a picture of the receipt on Facebook when she got home, and today it has gotten thousands of shares. This story has touched many mothers, including myself. The next time you see a woman breastfeeding, I encourage you in one way or another to let her know that you support her decision to breastfeed. Too often forgotten in the discussion about the right to breastfeed in public is the reason that women choose to breastfeed in the first place, because it is beneficial to their children. Breastfeeding is a right that all women have in each of the 50 states in this country and is recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics. Breastfeeding in public can be embarrassing for many women. Let's show these women the respect that they deserve. As I said earlier, whether you realize it or not, when you ask a woman to go somewhere more private, you are telling that woman to be ashamed of doing what her body was designed to do. By thanking them, you are telling them that it's okay to be proud. Thank you for coming. Do you have any questions or comments?
What do you think of covering up while nursing?
I don't think women have to cover up. I think a lot do. I think something to keep in mind is that most women do not want strangers seeing their breast. So most women do try to be discreet. But, there are times when it's hot. Some of these mothers have older children who might be at soccer games or baseball games, and it is simply too hot to cover their baby's head with a blanket. I personally would argue that in public you see women wearing shirts that show more cleavage than what you see when a woman is breastfeeding. A baby will normally cover up most of what can be seen. I think it's the act itself that makes people uncomfortable. It's not what they can actually see. So I don't think women have to, and legally they do not.